Okay, so you did it. You passed your basic riding course, you've got the license, maybe you've got the bike, and you were just itching to hit the open road. And hey, congratulations, but let's just get right to it. The skills that got you through that parking lot test, they're not the skills that are going to keep you alive out here.
And that, right there, is the hard truth. I know it sounds harsh, but those low-speed drills, as good as they are for starting out, they build habits that can be genuinely dangerous when things get real and fast and, well, completely unforgiving.
I mean, just look at the contrast here. In the parking lot, everything is about slow speed control. It's predictable, it's forgiving. But on the street, no way. It's about high-speed survival. It's chaotic, and the only rule that matters out there is physics. And that's the gap we've got to close, right now.
Okay, let's dive right into this. Our goal today is to bridge that massive, massive gap between the safety of the cones and the chaos of the commute. We're going to upgrade those parking lot habits into real-world survival instincts.
So let's start with the big one, the secret that really separates seasoned riders from everyone else. And you know what? It's not a physical skill. It's a mindset. It's all about how you see the world from inside your helmet.
You have to burn this rule into your brain. Seriously, ride as if no one can see you, ever. Because once you accept that, you realize you are the only person who's truly responsible for your safety. You have to do the thinking for everyone else on the road.
And why is this so critical? Well, because this is what you're up against. Drivers are messing with their phones, changing the music, following their GPS. Sometimes they're dealing with, screaming goblins in their back seat. You are just not on their radar.
And you really got to think about the stakes here. That piece of paper that says you had the right of way, it means absolutely nothing to the pavement. Being legally correct offers zero physical protection. You have to be proactive, not just right.
So this whole mindset, it boils down to an actionable habit. A simple two-step process you run on a loop, constantly. Step 1, assume every single car is a potential threat. Step 2, because of that, you are always, and I mean always, looking for your escape paths. Is it the shoulder? Is it that gap in the next lane? You have to know you're out before you ever need it.
Okay, so once you've got that survival mindset locked in, let's talk about the actual physical connection to your bike. See, most new riders are, well, they're jerky. They're abrupt with the controls, and that is a recipe for disaster. We need to replace that clumsiness with smoothness.
And let's start with one of the biggest myths out there, the one that paralyzes new riders with fear. It's the front brake. You've heard it, right? Never, ever touch the front brake in a turn or you'll instantly crash.
Yeah, that's just wrong. It's an absolute myth. In fact, learning how to properly use your front brake everywhere, including in a turn, is one of the most critical survival skills you can have.
Okay, here's the concept that changes everything. Just imagine your tire's traction has 100 points of grip. You can spend those points on turning or on braking, or a mix of both. Now, if you just grab a fistful of brake, you're not just asking for too many points at once. You're violently pitching the bike's weight forward, shocking the tire, and boom, traction is gone. But if you come into a corner a little too hot and you gently and progressively squeeze that front brake, you manage the grip. You can scrub off speed while still using some of those grip points for turning. Smoothness is survival.
So let's really put these bad habits side by side with the right instincts. Stop grabbing the throttle like it's a beer bottle. Hold it delicately, like a screwdriver, so you can make tiny adjustments. Don't snatch at the brake lever. Sneak up on the pressure. And for goodness sake, never fight the bike by applying the brake and throttle at the same time. One clear command at a time.
Now, let's take this up a level. Because great motorcycle control, it isn't just about your hands. In fact, your hands should be doing very little work. Your body, and most importantly, your eyes, those are your real steering instruments.
This right here is the single most important rule of steering a motorcycle. Period. It sounds almost too simple, but it is a powerful physical law. Where you look is where you will go. For better or for worse. And that for worse part has a name. It's called target fixation, and it's terrifying. It's when your own survival instincts betray you. You see a hazard, a pothole, a car pulling out, and you stare at it. And by staring at it, you subconsciously steer your bike directly into the very thing you're trying to avoid.
So how do you beat it? You have to train yourself. When you enter a turn, you physically force your chin up. Then you lock your eyes on where you want to go, the exit of the turn. Don't look at the ground, don't look at the curb, look through the corner, and just let your body and the bike follow your vision. And here's a pro tip to help with all that.
Get in the habit of squeezing the gas tank with your knees. This anchors you to the bike, it takes all that weight off your wrists, and it frees up your hands to make those tiny, smooth, deliberate inputs we were just talking about.
Okay, so finally, let's talk about how we make all of this stuff instinct. Because there's only one way, deliberate practice. And no, practice is not just for beginners. Every truly skilled rider you see is constantly refining their craft.
And this isn't about just riding around aimlessly. You need a plan. Go find an empty parking lot, work on those low-speed maneuvers by riding the rear brake and feathering the clutch. Drill tight U-turns and figure eights by forcing yourself to look where you want to go. And practice emergency braking over and over until you know by feel exactly how hard you can stop without losing it.
Because, when it comes right down to it, that's the theme of this whole thing. Your safety is 100% your responsibility. No one else is going to keep you safe. So you have to drop the ego that says you're too good for practice. Always gear up and just get to work.
And that leaves us with one last question to think about. Every single time you get on your bike, you have a choice. Are you just mindlessly commuting from point A to point B? Or are you using every mile, every turn, and every stoplight as an opportunity to practice, to master your machine? Honestly, the answer to that question could make all the difference in the world.